Welcome to today's class. In this class, I'll be teaching you about form in HTML, the form element, the form tag in HTML. So the form tag is used to create an HTML form for user input. Now, what do we use the form for? We use the form to get information about a user. Maybe like we want a user to fill some information so that we can be able to get their details, like maybe once like a sign up page where the user will be able to register on the website. So by this we can be able to get the details of the username, the password, and some informations we need from a user. So that is when the form is being used. So we can't just use the form element alone. You understand? So there are some other elements that complement the form. So like the input, the text area, the button, the select, the opt group, the option, the label, the feed set, the legend, the data list, and the output. So we have a whole lot of them that complement the form element. So let me show you how we can make use of the form. So let's start. Oh, good. So now, okay, let me start from afresh. So form. Now by default, after typing our form, we are going to have uh, one of the attribute of the form by default, which is the action. That is, this means that the action means that everything on the form, where do we want it to go to? Like, where do we want to direct our form to? You understand? So, maybe you want to direct your form, normally backend is normally used for collection of data. You understand? So you must have a place where you need to direct your data to. So let me just like use this for example, just for example. So now let's create some other inputs and some other data in our form. So then we also have another attribute, which is the method. So let's make the method to be get. So now let's start. So let me say label. So the four is let me say first name. Let me say first name. So now first name. Now as you can see, this is already coming up. So let me make use of the input where the user will make use of it. So the input will be text. So let me just add all these in case of, sorry about that. So let me just add ID, first name. Okay. So name equals first name. So let me apply the break so that it will start on a new line. So let me add another label for the last name. So we have this to be our last name. As you can see, it is coming up immediately, last name. So now what do we need to add now? Now the inputs, where the user is going to input. So the input type is text. So we already discussed about the input element, the input tag. You can check my previous video where I basically did a full details about the input element. So let me add the ID. The ID will be what? Last name, then the name. Sorry, the name, last name, last name. So let me add another break so that we can start on a new line. So we need to put input again. Our input will be this. Input. So we need to say this Amara is going to be submit. Submit. So so I'm going to say value equals submit. Value equals submit as well. So now, this is a typical example of form on with HTML. So let me just enter a details. Let me say, for example, my first name. Let me say okay. Let me use a cap lock. That's Ini Olua. Then let me say Samson. Now you see. So let me click submit. So now you see, by clicking submit, you see it means that this is going to save on our system. It's going to save, but this file that I made here, submit.form, you see I have one. You see, so this is where it's going to save. You understand? So we have this here on this details. Now it is now saved on my local machine. You understand? So it is saved on my computer. You understand? So by using this, this is the directory where the details will be stored. You understand? But it's supposed to be our backend. But since we don't have our backend, I'm using my laptop as the backend. So the details have been saved on my computer. So that's how we make use of form in HTML. So thank you.